Hello and welcome to Mr. Tompkins Edtech. In the last video I showed you how to install Teams on your device at home. If you missed that one, you can click on the link up here and go and watch it first. This video is going to show you how to find your class group and how to use it to communicate with your teacher and your classmates. So let's get into it. Now that you've installed Teams, let's take a look around. Firstly, let's take a look at this sidebar running down the left hand side here. Now this is the PC version of Teams. On an iPad it looks a little bit different, and these tabs run along the bottom of the screen instead. Now the first icon is for the Activity tab. The Activity tab shows you your latest notifications, and I'll show you in a later video how you can configure this so you just get the ones you really care about. So watch out for that one. Chat allows you to chat one-to-one with your teacher or another student, or even in small groups. Now lots of schools turn this feature off for students, so don't be surprised if it doesn't work for you. The Teams tab is where you'll find your class or classes that you're part of, along with any other teams the school has set up for you to be included in. And this tab is going to be the main focus of this video. Now depending on how your school is set up, you might only be in one team for your main class, or you might be in lots of different teams for each of your subjects. Now on the PC, these teams are shown as tiles which you can click on to open, so let's select one and tap on it. So I've now opened this team, and you can see in the left hand panel you have the class name and logo appearing at the top. Underneath you'll find one or more channels listed. There is always a channel called General. In some of your teams though, your teacher may have added more channels to help keep things organised, and you might find that there are different channels for different topics or activities within that class. This group I'm showing here just has the one channel, and it's called General. On my iPad it looks a little bit different. Tapping on Teams tab at the bottom of the screen will show me all the teams I'm a member of listed down the left hand side. I have to first tap on the team I want, and then it's going to show me a list of all the channels inside that team. I then need to tap on the channel within the team I want to open. Back on the PC now, I want to have a look at the different headings across the top here. You can see I've got 5 different tabs showing: Posts, Files, Class Notebook, Assignments and Grades. Now your teacher can add more tabs, so you might find others here too, but a class team always has these 5 to start with. Now I've made separate videos on the Class Notebooks, the Assignments and the Grades tab, and your teacher will share those with you if they are going to be using those features with your class. In this video I'm just going to be looking at the first 2, the Posts and the Files tabs. Now Posts is a group chat experience for your class, and if you've ever been part of a WhatsApp group, you'll recognise most of the features here. You'll find a number of different conversation threads. Each one is normally about a different topic or discussion point. Notice each thread has a reply button, and at the bottom there is another box for starting a brand new conversation. Your teacher may share some more rules with you around posting to this area, but I'm going to give you some good general advice about using the Posts section. Firstly, remember this is a group chat and not a private chat you're having with your teacher here. Anything you post in here is going to be viewable by every member of the group, which will include all your classmates, your teacher, maybe even the senior teacher at the school, or even the head teacher. So before you type anything in here, first think about whether you would stand up in front of the class and say that thing. If the answer is yes, then go ahead, type it in. But if it's a silly comment meant for one person in the class and not the whole class, maybe it's better you don't. If it's a question you want to ask the teacher, then it could be really useful to ask it here. It might be that other students in the class have the same question, and you asking it will save everyone else the trouble of asking the same question too. Also, if the teacher answers your question, then everyone else gets to read it too, and so will also know the answer. Second, try to reply to existing conversation threads if you can, and don't just start new conversations. This will help keep the posts area organised and easier for everyone to use. So if your question is about a particular piece of work, scroll back and find the conversation thread where the teacher gave out that work and reply to that thread. Only start a new conversation if you're sure there is not a relevant thread that you can reply to. Third, try to be really polite. It's very easy to cause offence when writing comments online. It's amazing how much of our normal communication is non-verbal. Our facial expressions, our gestures, our tone of voice, All these give extra meaning to the words we say, and these are all missing from typed messages. So it's really easy to be misunderstood, for jokes to backfire, and for people to take offence from what you've written. Write properly in full sentences, ask questions respectfully, and if someone helps you, try to acknowledge that help with a thank you or a thumbs up. Emojis can really help here as they give extra visual clues about our intentions, but just don't overdo it. Finally, try to be helpful. If one of your classmates asks a question and the teacher hasn't responded yet, but you know the answer to it, why not give them a hand? Remember, if it's about the homework or assignment, it's better to give a hint rather than just telling them your answer. That's not really helping them to understand. But a helpful nudge in the right direction is going to be appreciated by everyone, and it might even get you some extra credit. So, in summary, make it relevant, reply to existing threads, be polite, be helpful. The next tab along is the Files section. This is like a cloud drive for the whole class, and your teacher might post additional resources here for you to use in your lessons. Any documents or worksheets attached to the conversation in the Post section will also appear in here. Again, remember this is a shared area, so any documents uploaded here are going to be viewable by everyone in the class, not just you. Check with your teacher for more details on how they're going to be using this area with you over the coming year. So you now know how to find your class groups within Teams, some rules about posting conversations, and how to find your class files. In later videos I'll be covering the class notebook, assignments and grades, and how to join a live lesson hosted in Teams meetings. So, see you on the next video.